our channel. I am so glad to see you. I'm Patrice, your host. We are making something so delicious today. Something that takes me back to my childhood. And that is, we're making a 0 bar cake. Now, what is a 0 bar? Does that mean it has 0 calories? It has, believe me, it has calories in it. For some reason they call it a 0 bar. I don't know why, but this candy bar has been around since I was a kid, and actually my brother used to eat these, and so this was one of the candy bars he used to eat. It has caramel, peanut, almond, white chocolate, and nougat. So those sound super delicious, and we're going to just incorporate this in the icing and in the cake. We're making a 0 bar cake. It is going to be so delicious, and we hope you stick around and enjoy it with us, because we're going to have some fun today, guys. I'm going to show you how to make it. So the first thing that we're going to do today is starting off with what we have. We have a total of 5 eggs here. 2 of which we're going to use whole, but we're going to use 3 of them as egg whites. We have 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of oil, a cup of buttermilk, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 1 whole cup of butter, and I've cut them into little pats, and they're soft at room temperature. 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. We have 2 0 bars, king size, the king size that we're going to use for this. So let's get started. We are going to go ahead and incorporate our wet ingredients here. Our buttermilk. We're going to put our oil in there. We're going to put our vanilla. Let's add our eggs. And then these 3 eggs, remember, we're doing egg whites only on these. I just use my fingers. So much easier. Okay. And 1 more. They're slippery little suckers. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and start mixing this. Okay, I think that's good and mixed. Now we are going to set this aside for just a second, and we are going to mix our dry ingredients here. Our flour, our sugar, our salt, and our baking powder. Let's whisk that together. Okay, and now we just need to incorporate our butter into our flour mixture. And that's pretty soft. Let's just go ahead, we can go ahead and just pour it in here. And we're just going to pour it in there. It should be just fine. Got a bigger bowl. Make sure your butter is nice and incorporated into the batter very well, mixed very well. right, we're gonna just scrape down the sides to make sure we incorporate all those wonderful and delicious ingredients that pile up on the sides of the bowl. And now we are going to go ahead and we are going to take our 0 bars and we're going to take them out. This is what they look like when you have them. Put them right there. And we are going to chop these things up. Look inside of that. Doesn't that look good? Look at all that nougat. Yum. Just covered in white chocolate. And there's peanuts. Oh, it's going to be so good. If milk chocolate isn't your thing, then this one will be. Oh gosh, look at all that. We're gonna do. Oh gosh. Just gonna whisk that, just kind of fold it in. Just making sure you incorporate that yummy, yummy candy inside this cake. Now that is just going to cook right into this cake. Now I have a little cake pan I'm gonna use. I don't even know what size this is, I'm not sure.
An inch maybe?
And we are just gonna put this thing right in there. Good. Oh, and I have greased my pan with grease and shortening to ensure that the cake comes out. Kind of a quick tip for you guys to remember when you're greasing your pans, you can make a shortening mixture, a shortening flour mixture, and basically it's like a cake release. To put on your pans, and that way nothing will stick to your pans. And the recipe for that is a 1/2 cup of shortening, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, and a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil or some kind of oil. And you just stir that together, and you can keep that in like a mason jar, and you can keep it in your pantry or in your cabinets, your refrigerator, and you can use that when you go to cook, and you just spread it on your pans and stuff will just pop right out. Well, we're going to put this in our 350-degree oven and we're going to check back with it. Our cake is cooking. We're going to stir up this fabulous 0 bar buttercream icing. So let's get started. We're going to take our other 2 0 bars that we had left over and we're going to chop those up. Let's go ahead now and put our butter. We've got a cup of butter, room temperature, and we have a teaspoon of vanilla, and I just put some milk in here, whole milk. It's not how much you need, but I just put a little extra so that because I usually try to get it to the consistency I like. So just pour some in there and then just keep adding it, maybe a teaspoon, tablespoon at a time until you get it to the consistency you like it for your cake. And how quickly it turns. We are now just, I'm incorporating the little bits of the candy, the Zero Bar, into the icing. And I'm not going to use both Zero. I'm going to leave about maybe a fourth of the Zero Bar reserved over to the side so I can put it on top of the cake. Now look at that, guys. Is that not pretty buttercream right there? We are going to incorporate this. We are going to set it aside and incorporate it, put it right on top of our cake when our cake gets done. Now let's take a look and see what our cake is doing. We'll see you in just a few minutes. The cake is now out of the oven. It's cooled. I have put it into the freezer to kind of cool down so that I can ice it. We are going to cut the top off just to kind of, aha. It's okay if it's not completely level because our icing's going to go on there. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Don't worry about it. Okay. So if you can kind of see, look at all those beautiful toffee goodies inside this cake. Doesn't that look delicious? You're going to eat that when you take a bite. What we've done is before we ice the cake, people, we have opened one bag of white chocolate chips. And we poured just some of our milk that we had left over from our buttercream and just condensed it down, melted it down in the microwave on 30-second intervals. And we're just going to put it on top of this cake. Now, this is going to be the first icing coating that goes on this cake. Now, it's just going to take just enough to ice the top. What this is going to do is we're going to stick it back in the cooler and it's going to get hard, okay? And so what's going to happen is it's going to offer a little bit of a crunch, a candy crunch when you bite into your cake. It's going to be really good. Nice surprise when you cut into this cake. So we're going to put it back into the cooler for about 15 more minutes. And by the way, this cake was cooking on 350 for an hour. And so if I didn't tell you that before. And so we're going to stick it back in the cooler now for about maybe 15-20 minutes and just let it really get cold again and let this white chocolate harden, and then we're going to ice it. Okay guys, our chocolate is now hard. You can see that it's a nice hard crust, and we're ready to get this baby iced. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and going to be such a beautiful cake. You could take it to a wedding or, you know, any kind of like event. It would go wonderful. And it's fun. It smells so good. Oh my goodness.
Bobby, your Bobby, your Bobby. Bobby, come here. But please, 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 please.
I found a beautiful stand to put this on. I made this, it wasn't even a cake stand. I just kind of put some stuff together and made it to make the cake look even more presentable and beautiful. You can make it however, you can set this cake on anything and it will look absolutely stunning. I apologize. We have already cut this beautiful cake, and you can see the beautiful top candy inside that has cooked inside this beautiful cake, and the icing and the pieces inside the icing. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and it tastes absolutely wonderful too. It tastes like a zero bar. I taste vanilla, I taste candy, I taste white chocolate, I taste nuts. It is absolutely wonderful. I taste buttercream. You get all those flavors mixed in one item, and it's like an explosion in your mouth of good. And that's what it's doing, and you will love this cake. And I'm telling you, look at that candy in there. Look at how it candied inside the cake. It just is beautiful. Tiny and I definitely approve, and we want to see you guys please on the next video. Be sure to hit that bell notification and the subscribe, so that we can continue to bring more videos to you just like this one. And if you hit the bell of notification, you'll be notified of when we release a video and bring it to you. So guys, we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for all your beautiful comments and all that you guys reach out to us about. Tiny and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.